Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. We are going to start our session this morning. It's been a long time since I taught in the morning. Otherwise, I had become evening teacher, night teacher, late night teacher. My online classes I finish at 11 o'clock, sometimes 11:30 p.m., sometimes midnight. And this morning when I woke up, I was quite excited because I knew somewhere that in morning my energy level would be very good. So I'm going to use that energy level, and you are also energetic. So this is the first thing we are doing. So this class timing will also impact your performance in the class, right? You're going to perform better because it's the morning time. Everyone is fresh, active, alert. So it will be better. We are going to take a start with Ielts listening module now. And as far as listening is concerned, we are going to solve one complete test, all 40 questions. We will not leave any question. I'll explain the question, play the audio. If you don't understand, I will play the audio again. If you don't understand, then I will send you the audio and then you listen to it as many times as possible. Okay? So the thing is, you have to be active and alert and receptive. Receptive means you are receiving the things, right? You actually receive everything that, okay, this is the point I need to understand. Sometimes you don't understand, but you pretend that I understand. Okay, theek hai. Not like that, okay? So it should not be okay, theek hai. You should understand, you should focus the question, focus the audio. And what I teach you, especially the tips and techniques to deal with certain question type, so you should focus that as well, right? Okay, now we're going to take a start. In Ielts listening, there are 4 sections, 10 questions in each section. And by the way, if you're looking for 7 band in listening, which should be your minimum target if you have come to me, 5 band you can get by watching my video. Right, and now you have come to the class practically, so you should target at least 7 or maybe 7.5 or 8 band in Ielts listening, and you can get that also because in listening we don't have any involvement of grammar and high-fi vocabulary. We don't have high-fi vocabulary. We have normal words in listening. You will see that in Ielts reading we do have high-fi vocabulary, but in Ielts listening they don't use high-fi vocabulary, they use everyday English words which you can understand and all that, right? So another good thing is this, we've got plenty of time. We have only the time to start the class. Finish time or home time depends on my mood, right? Minimum 3 hours and maximum we have a package here of 7 hours. So we can make you stay here for 7 hours. So that's why in your bag, कोई छोटा मोटा sandwich या cookies or juice you can put, and then you can have some fun as well, right? Learning should be fun. Once I used to teach in University of Central Punjab, and I used to have morning class, winter batch. Class time was 8 a.m. And you know, for 8 a.m. class, you have to wake up at 6 and shower, change everything, breakfast. And then University of Central Punjab campus was around 40 to 45 minutes from my house. So what I did, I attached some pleasurable things with that. I knew it was difficult. The first thing is the classes were only on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I knew after one class there is a gap. Then what did I do? I bought some coffee sachets, vanilla coffee, and I attached vanilla coffee with my UCP classes. Then in the morning there used to be radio program, Breakfast Show with Khalid, FM 89. So I started listening to that. So I mean, whenever I was in the car, after saying my dua, safar ki dua and all that, the first thing was to switch on the radio. When I was at university, during the break, the fascinating thing was having coffee. So I enjoyed my stay in the university. In the same way, I mean, that's why we select the best venues where you feel comfortable, because we are actually making your memories, right? In future, when you'll be wearing Canadian shirts, Canadian shoes, or Australian or American or British, whatever, you will say, yes, 2 years ago, I went to Royal Palm. And even today, some of my students, they call from Australia to their cousins or brothers and say, उधर जाना सर असद के पास, मैं भी वहीं जाता होता था. So you will also say jata hota tha, inshallah, and you'll be calling from other countries. So this time is very, very important in your life. जिसने इस टाइम को संभाल लिया उसकी ज़िंदगी संभल जाएगी, और जिसने इस टाइम को छोड़ दिया, छोड़ेगा कैसे, तमाशा देखता रहेगा। ये पेरेंट्स आर सेइंग प्लीज़ डू आईएल्स, अच्छा देखते हैं। सम ऑफ यू आर सेइंग अच्छा देखते हैं, सम ऑफ यू आर सेइंग अच्छा दिखाते हैं कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं। तो ज़िंदगी में देखना छोड़ें, दिखाना शुरू करें। सी, आई गो टू यूट्यूब टू अपलोड द वीडियोज़, पीपल कम टू यूट्यूब टू वॉच माई वीडियोज़। फ़र्क है ना? तो जब तक हम देखते रहेंगे, ऑडियंस रहेंगे, तो शायद ज़िंदगी में उतना आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे। जब हम दिखाना शुरू करेंगे, लाइक यू गो टू कैनेडा एंड यू आर शोइंग ऑल योर फैमिली, वाओ, एंड देन दे विल सी इसका वीज़ा लग कैसे गया, हाँ इसका वीज़ा कैसे लग गया, मुझे तो ये, लाइक देयर आर पीपल हु आर जेलस ऑफ यू एंड ऑल दैट। ओके, सो देखना ख़त्म करें, दिखाना शुरू करें, एंड देन यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड टू सी योर ओन परफॉर्मेंस एंड द वे यू आर डूइंग थिंग्स। ओके, भाषण इतना काफ़ी है। नाउ वी गो ऑन एंड वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विद दिस टेस्ट। सो let's take a start. We've got this section 1, questions 1 to 6. First of all, you need to see two things. Number one, whenever you start your listening test, number one, you need to see question type. And by the way, this first sentence will tell you about the question type. Complete the table below. So the question type is table completion. In IELTS listening part 1, most of the time you get completion type of questions. Sometimes if you are not lucky, then you will get multiple choice as well. So be ready for that. Any type of questions in IELTS listening may appear in any part of IELTS, right? So complete the table below. We understand its table completion. Then they say write no more than one word and or a number. No more than one word and or a number. Now this is very important. Sometimes they say no more than 3 words and students think हमने 3 words लिख के आने. That means maximum 3 words and minimum it can be 1 word, right? Now when they say 1 word and or a number, it means answer may contain a word. For example, answer can be pencil, answer can be 1, answer can be 1 pencil. All good? Yeah? All right. Now after this, you can just see the title of the listening talk. Hostel accommodation in Darwin. Now imagine hostel accommodation, like when you go to a foreign country and you want to stay somewhere, so you will talk to a person, I need a hostel, I want to live there. So what sort of questions you can ask there? Rent kitna hai, like how much are you going to charge for the room, right? What are the facilities, what is included, what is not included? How much for the contract, कितने साल का contract होगा, कितने लोग रह सकते हैं, pets allowed हैं, नहीं है. So things like that are going to be there. Is this clear? Right? So when you switch on for listening and for IELTS reading, your imagination will help you go deeper into the situation. At times, students complain, sir, we don't understand IELTS listening. हमारा ध्यान इधर हो जाता है, हमारा ध्यान उधर हो जाता है. So the reason is you don't imagine what you listen to. Once you imagine, then you will see even आपके तुक्के भी सही लगेंगे. Yeah, once you're going to imagine everything. So hostel accommodation in Darwin. Now we don't know Darwin, we only know one Darwin. Yeah, who did some experiments in the past and all that. Hostel accommodation. Okay, now there are 3 columns: name, price per person, and comments. Now do we have any question in name? Do we have any question in the column of name? No, there is no question, right? Now, and by the way, this name section will help you reach the right part of the booklet where the audio is. For example, if they say, first of all, we have top end backpackers. आप लोग फौरन यहाँ पे आ जाएंगे, right? Then say, we have another accommodation that is called Gumtree Lodge. Audio के साथ साथ भी तो चल रहा है ना, very important point. Sometimes students जो हैं audio से पीछे होते हैं, कुछ मेरे जैसे होते हैं ऑडियो से कहीं आगे होते हैं. आगे का भी फायदा नहीं है, पीछे का भी फायदा नहीं है. फायदा किसका है? साथ साथ चलना है. इफ ऑडियो इज ऑन क्वेश्चन 7 पे होंगे, देन यू विल फाइंड द आंसर, अदरवाइज यू विल नेवर फाइंड द आंसर. ओके, सो लेट्स सी. नेम, प्राइस पर पर्सन, एंड देयर इज वन क्वेश्चन इन प्राइस. ठीक है, और डॉलर का साइन है, वेरी सिंपल. प्राइस में क्या होगा? नंबर होगा. ओके, नेक्स्ट वी गॉट कमेंट्स एंड रिव्यूज, एंड देयर आर मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस हियर. Comments and reviews. Okay, now listen one thing. the information which is given, if you keep track of that information, then you will be able to reach the right answer. अगर जो information given है, if you ignore that information, you will never find the right answer. It's not that pencil रख ली question number 1 पे and you ignore everything, right? यहाँ पे answer आएगा तो लिखूंगा, then you will not be able to find that, right? Okay. Now, please come to question number 1. It's about comments and reviews. अब मुझे बताइएगा पहला comment क्या है? Parking available. When they talk about parking, you know they have reached here. Right? बारात यहाँ पे पहुँच गई है. Okay? Parking available. Second, staff are dash. Now, this can be some quality of the staff. For example, staff are friendly, staff are serious, or staff are something like that. Okay? For staff, because it's a collective noun, that is why we use the verb are. Staff are. Otherwise, we also say staff is. But the better one is staff are. In the same way, we say police is, but the better one is police are. Police are trying to investigate. When we say police, it means the police force. When we say staff, staff means all the people. Like before some time, you saw the staff of Royal Palm here, right? So a lot of people. Anyways, now staff are dash. Now for staff are, they might use the word attitude. For example, they have serious attitude. So staff are serious. Okay, staff are means they're going to tell us some quality of the staff, right? Now I play the audio. Listen to the audio carefully, step by step. देखने audio कहाँ पे पहुँच गई? When they talk about parking available, then you have to be alert. My answer is going to come here, right? Let's take a start.
You will hear a telephone conversation between two friends called Julie and Nick about cheap accommodation in the city of Darwin, Australia.
Hi Nick, it's Julie. Have you managed to find any information about accommodation in Darwin?
Hi, I was just going to call you. I found some on the internet. There are quite a few hostels for backpackers there. The first possibility I found was a hostel called Top End Backpackers.
Okay.
It's pretty cheap. You can get a bed in a dormitory for $19 per person. Private rooms cost a bit more, but we'll be okay in dormitories, won't we?
Sure.
So, that hostel has parking, though that doesn't really matter to us, as we'll be using public transport.
Yeah. Are there any reviews on the website from people who have been there?
Well, yes. They aren't all that good, though. Some people said they didn't like the staff. They had an unfriendly attitude.
That's quite unusual in a hostel.
So, unfriendly. Some people said they didn't like the staff. They have unfriendly attitude. Now listen, they have unfriendly attitude. They means staff. So when they say staff have unfriendly attitude, that means staff are unfriendly. So the answer is unfriendly. Sometimes it's going to be like this as well. All right, let's go on. Nice pool. So they will talk about pool. And next is air conditioning is too dash. Some problem with the air conditioning. For example, air conditioning is too expensive. Air conditioning is too something like that, right? And for too, by the way, they might use the word very. Right? Underline too and write there very. English very, not Punjabi very. Very peg gaya, yeah? Okay, now let's see. Question number 2, please.
People said they liked the pool and the fact that the rooms had air conditioning. But the problem with that was that it was very noisy, so they were kept awake. But it was too hot if they turned it off, so they had to put up with it.
So, noisy, exactly. And they said that clearly air conditioning is, and they said they have air conditioning, but people said it is too noisy. So too noisy or very noisy, so the answer will be noisy. I'm going to play this one again.
People said they liked the pool and the fact that the rooms had air conditioning. But the problem with that was that it was very noisy.
The problem with that was it was very noisy will be the answer. Is this clear to everyone? Okay, good job. Let's go on. Second one is Gumtree Lodge. The name is Gumtree Lodge. And question number 3. Now, if you look at the top of the column, what is written? Price per person, dormitory rooms. Okay, now as they already mentioned, individual rooms. So dormitory rooms are like hostel rooms where 4 or 5 people live in one room. Okay, so they might tell you the price of individual rooms, and they will tell you the price of dormitory room. Now you have to see which is the right answer. I mean, because they are asking you about per person and dormitory rooms. Now just focus dormitory rooms and per person. Dormitory is like a hostel. We call it dormitory as well, where students live. So let's go on.
Someone told me there's another hostel called Gumtree something.
Gumtree Lodge. It costs a bit more. $45 a person.
What?
Oh, no. That's for private rooms. It's $23.50 for the dorms.
That's more like it.
So, $23.50. Now listen, whenever they say $23.50 or $23.50, that means actually it's 23.50. If I say the room will cost you $10.50, that means 10.50. If I say the price of this thing is $50.95, 95 means 95 cents. If they say £1.20, £1.20. So the answer is going to be 23.50. I play this audio again.
Someone told me there's another hostel called Gumtree something.
Gumtree Lodge. It costs a bit more. $45 a person.
What?
Oh, no. That's for private rooms. It's $23.50 for the dorms.
Okay, it's $23.50 for the dorms. $23.50. Otherwise they would say $2,350. If they only say $23.50, that means 23.50. Is this clear? All right. Let's go on. Question number 4. Again, we have comments and reviews. First comment is location. Just underline location. When they talk about location, that means audio is there. After this, the second one is about reception. Third one is lockers. Second one is pool and gardens. And the third one is dash in the dormitories. Now, there is something in the dormitories. It can be good or bad. Mosquitoes in the dormitory. Okay? Or rats in the dormitories. Yeah, you should expect rats there also. Not say that वहाँ चूहे नहीं होते, वहाँ ऑस्ट्रेलियन चूहे मिलेंगे, कनेडियन चूहे मिलेंगे. आप कहेंगे यहाँ का तो चूहा भी चिट्टा है. Okay, so you will find rats and mosquitoes and everything over there as well. Yeah, क्योंकि वो भी तो international है ना, global population है, rats की, mosquitoes की. So anyways, dash in the dormitories. Now there is something which is in the dormitory. Let's see what that is.
It looks to be in quite a good location. A bit out of town and quiet, but with good transport and quite near a beach.
Has it got a pool?
Yes, and its own gardens. The reviews for that one are mostly okay, except for one person who said they couldn't sleep because there were insects flying around in the dormitories.
Not for me then.
There were insects flying around in the dormitories. Insects. So the answer will be insects and plural. Right? Yeah, flying around will not be the answer. And by the way, it's one word only. So insects will be the right answer. Okay, let's go on. Next is Kangaroo Lodge. Price is already mentioned. Now we come to these comments and review. First is location. Second is reception. Third is no lockers. Now when they talk about lockers, you have to be alert that now next my answer is going to come. After that they say the dash are very clean. Now for clean, they can say high level of cleanliness, or they can use the word neat and clean. Right? So dash are very clean. For clean, they can use any other word. Now we see what is it that is very clean. For example, if they say kitchens are very clean, something like that. Okay, as you imagine dormitories and hostels and rooms and accommodation, it's going to be something related to that. Okay, let's see.
And I'd rather be somewhere central, really.
Right. There's a place called Kangaroo Lodge. They've got dorms at $22. And it's downtown, near all the restaurants and clubs and everything. So that should suit you. And it doesn't close at night.
So there's always someone on reception? That sounds good.
The only criticism I saw was that the rooms were a bit messy and untidy, because people just left their clothes and stuff all over the beds and the floor.
Don't hostels usually have lockers in the bedrooms where you can leave your stuff?
Yeah, they do usually, but apparently they don't here. Still, hostels are never particularly tidy places, so that doesn't bother me. And the same person said that the standard of cleanliness was pretty good, and especially the bathrooms. They were excellent as far as that went.
Especially the bathrooms. They were excellent. Standard of cleanliness and especially the bathrooms. So the answer is bathrooms. And you will write bathrooms as one word. Don't write bath rooms. Write it all together as one word. Bathrooms. Okay? So we've got question number 6 now. Seems to be dash every night. They have something every night. Seems to be a dash every night. Now let's see what is that. Every night they have something. Okay. Now, I mean, you can find the answer if you imagine night, if you imagine hostel. Yeah. See that? That's the right answer. Okay. So if you are into the situation, then you can understand that. Guess bhi sahi lagega. All right, let's go on.
Yeah, I reckon Kangaroo Lodge sounds the best.
Me too. Quite a lot of people reviewing it said it was really fun there. Like every night everyone staying there got together and ended up having a party. So it sounds like it's got a really good atmosphere.
Okay, let's go for that one.
Okay, they end up having a... Alright, I play it again. Some of you missed it actually. Listen please.
Yeah, I reckon Kangaroo Lodge sounds the best.
Me too. Quite a lot of people reviewing it said it was really fun there. Like every night everyone staying there got together and ended up having a party.
End up having a party. This is Australian English, by the way. Right? Everyone staying there every night gathered together, end up having a party. So every night, right? Then they said seems to be a dash every night, and the answer will be party. Please focus again.
Quite a lot of people reviewing it said it was really fun there. Like every night everyone staying there got together and ended up having a party.
End up having a party. So party will be the answer. Okay, let's go on. Questions 7 to 10, and we have again complete the notes below. The question type is notes completion. And one word only, but now there is no number. It's only word and one word only. Address on dash lane. It's the name of the lane. And if the name is unusual, they will spell it for you. Right? If the name is normal lane, for example, if they say it is at the John Lane, John, you know that already. But if they say it is Anderson's Lane, then they will spell Anderson and all that. Right? Now let's see. And when they spell any word, you have to write the spelling very carefully. They will never repeat the spelling. They will never repeat the number. Okay? Let's see.
Did you get the address of Kangaroo Lodge?
Yes, it's on Shadforth Lane.
Can you spell that?
Shadforth.
So, Shadforth. Shadforth, right? And when they spell any word, you must write the same spelling. Even if one spelling is here and there, your answer will be wrong. Okay? Alright, let's go on. Question number 8. Now you should see the order of questions. 7, then 8, then 9, and then 10. Question number 8. They are saying general information about hostel accommodation. Sheets are provided. You know what the sheets are? Chadar? या बेड पे बिछाने वाली बेड शीट और एनी शीट. Sheets are provided. Can hire a dash. Hire, किराए पे लेना है. Now which thing you need to hire? Bicycle or any other thing? Now just imagine they are talking about the room where they say sheets are provided but you have to hire something else. That is related to the room. कोई भी कमरे में इस्तेमाल की चीज़. Okay? So let's see. Question number 8.
It's near the transit centre, where the intercity buses and the airport buses drop you off.
Cool. I'm really looking forward to this. I've never stayed in a hostel before. Do they provide bed linen, sheets and things?
Yeah. And you can usually either bring your own towel or hire one there. But they don't usually provide those for free.
Okay.
So they pronounce the word towel, Australian English. Yeah, you can bring your own towel or you can hire one there. So the answer is Tolia. Okay, but you will not write Tolia, Tewai and all that. You will write towel. Right? We pronounce it as towel. Now focus again how they pronounce towel. I tell you it's British English, yeah? So, sorry, it's Australian. Okay, let's see.
It's near the transit centre, where the intercity buses and the airport buses drop you off.
Cool. I'm really looking forward to this. I've never stayed in a hostel before. Do they provide bed linen, sheets and things?
Yeah. And you can usually either bring your own towel or hire one there. But they don't use...
Either you can bring your own towel or hire on there. So the answer is towel. And how do you spell that? Towel, towel. Okay. All right. So you should get used to all these things, right? And how? Just practice. We are solving one test together. You have to solve more tests like this. Every time focus, pay attention to their accent, to their language, to their vocabulary, and the words they use in the audio and the words they use here, right? Let's go on. Question number 9. Dash is included. Now listen, in IELTS reading and IELTS listening, whenever they use the word included, that means it's free. That means you don't have to pay. That means it will not cost you anything. That means you will not be charged. That means you don't have to pay money for that. Included means that's the part of the package. So let's take a start. Question number 9.
And what happens about meals?
Well, you don't have to pay extra for breakfast. It varies a lot in different places, but generally it's okay.
See, the way she said meals, it sounded like males. And what about males? Okay, so this is Australian accent. What is the answer, by the way? Breakfast. Yeah, I'll play it again. Focus. And just focus the language कि यहाँ पे क्या words लिखे हुए हैं, वहाँ पे क्या words बोल रहे हैं. By the time you understand this difference, IELTS listening will become a piece of cake for you. Yeah, only this is where actually they try to trap you.
And what happens about meals?
Males.
Well, you don't have to pay extra for breakfast.
You don't have to pay extra for breakfast. I told you, included का word आ गया. You don't have to pay extra. It will not cost you anything. We will not charge you for that and any other thing like that. So the answer is breakfast. Very good. Let's go on. Question number 10. A sheer dash is available. सारा कुछ हो गया, क्या रह गया? Maybe. Share dash is available. Now there is something available, but that is on sharing basis. You will share it with others, right? Let's see. Question number 10.
And there's usually a cafe where you can buy a snack or a hot meal for lunch. But actually, if you're really travelling on the cheap, usually for every 5 or 6 rooms, there's a kitchen where you can knock up a snack. And that saves a lot of money.
There is a kitchen. After every 5-6 rooms, there is a kitchen. So they did not use the word shared, but when they say after every 5 or 6 rooms, you've got a kitchen. So it means 5-6 rooms will share that kitchen. I play this once again.
And there's usually a cafe where you can buy a snack or a hot meal for lunch. But actually, if you're really travelling on the cheap, usually for every 5 or 6 rooms, There's a kitchen.
For every 5 or 6 rooms, there is a kitchen. It means sharing. If they say for every 5 or 6 rooms, there is a bathroom, that means it's a shared bathroom, right? So answer is kitchen. Yeah.